Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this, and in this video I'm going to talk about some climate stuff in the Australian gaming industry. First of all, the retailer Game, I made a video about that a few weeks ago. They've officially gone under, no one wanted to buy them, they're done, they're closing down all their stores. And with that, I thought I would respond to a hate message I got 7 months ago here on YouTube that I have been saving, that is in one of my saved folders in my messages. And I replied back to that person today, and I'm not bitter, but he who laughs last, laughs loudest. And I'll put that up on the screen so you can see. I know it's a kind of a cunt thing to do, but come on. I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, they're gone, they're closed. They got like 60% off on their website, which still isn't even competitive with Oz Game Shop, so what's the point? I mean, it's a sad reality, isn't it? That when they've been completely liquefied, done and dusted, they're selling everything for 60% and they're still more expensive than Oz Game Shop. It's just sad. Anyway, what I really want to talk about is the R18 rating that has finally been passed in Australia. So for those who don't know, I will show you really quick. Every other country ever has an 18 plus or adults only rating for video games because they recognise it as a fucking form of entertainment. Australia doesn't, or it didn't. The highest you would get to is MA 15 plus. I will show you that right there, MA 15. And it was to defend the children. But it's moronic. I know I've said this before, but I've got to say it again. So games that normally would get 18 only would get 15 and let in the country so kids could play them 3 years early anyway. So it's just ridiculous. Anyway, it's finally been passed that there's going to be an R18. From what I've read of it, it's what I thought was going to happen. They've just added it. What they need to do is change the legislation of how to rate these things, because it's not going to change games that got banned. If they tried to bring Mortal Kombat back into the country, it would get banned again. It's not going to allow those games in the country because they have to change the laws. They just can't add something. So that'll probably be the next step. Or they might have even done it. I don't know. They use all these big fancy words that I don't understand. So hopefully they have done that, because that'd be awesome. So now I want to talk about censorship. I've done this video like 10 times. I did it in the car with my iPhone. I rested the iPhone in the armrest of the passenger door, and it was out of focus. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the iPhone camera and autofocus. I think you actually have to tap things to put it into focus. And I didn't have that luxury because I was driving, and the camera was on the other side of the car, and I couldn't see the screen anyway. But anyway, so I believe that censorship of entertainment materials is bullshit. And I'll tell you why. It's because entertainment materials, and we're talking about movies, music, video games, are art. They are art. I don't want to hear anyone else say video games aren't art because it pisses me off. They are. You create a fucking world. These people make art. And I don't think that you should be able to censor art. I think they should be able to do what they want. Definitely, I think that you should have a government body or whatever who rates things and puts them into categories so adults can only watch them, or it's good for kids. But don't make a group of 6 people sitting around a table say, no, the whole country can't watch, or the whole state, or the whole world can't watch. It's ridiculous. But I don't like that. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. But a lot of people say, well, we have to do this, otherwise the children. Oh, the children. But it's ridiculous. It's stupid. Like, that's a lot of the complaints that you hear about video games, is that parents who can't parent their kids properly will always say, well, I can't control what my kid does when he's at his friend's house or whatever. Look, listen to me, bitch. Look, seriously, when I was 12 or whatever, Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. Everyone my age was playing it, and how many of us went on a shooting rampage? Exactly. And not only that, but I think parents or adults in general give kids a bad rep. I mean, kids aren't dumb. They're not, you know, they're not mature enough. I agree to play games like this. But they're not dumb. They don't sit there and play Grand Theft Auto and say, you know what, this is exactly like real life. I better go and emulate this really quickly. No. No kid has ever done that. It's ridiculous. Kids with mental illness, sure, but they could interpretate. God! But they could, you know, anything can set anyone off. You can look at something and that'll set someone off into a murderous rampage. So it's ridiculous. I'm not a fan of censorship. Movies, whatever, I think it's stupid. So don't do it. If people want to watch sexualized violence, let them watch sexualized violence. Who cares? That's what they want to watch. I want to play video games. Don't censor my shit. God. And not only that, but it ruins the experience because there's things you can't do in video games that are so taboo, like nudity. But if you want to create a story, you've got to... don't get me started. So anyway, R18. So, yeah, happy times. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, rate, comment, and subscribe. Au revoir.